2014 was a banner year for the Columbine Rebels girls soccer team as they achieved something that no other girls squad in any sport had ever done in the history of the school. But the journey started off the soccer field, where the records of championships gone past hang for all to see.
I mean, the whole thing started off when Coach Todd took us into the gym and he showed us that on the top of our gym there was no girl banners of anything, and he said, "This is your year, this is when you're going to do it."
Columbine to that point had been bereft of a girls' state title winner, and that also meant the departing principal, Frank DeAngelis, was also missing a girls' state title.
He's a huge supporter of high school athletics and a great leader, and was just a principal who was always very involved with just anything and everything kids are involved in, both inside the classroom and outside. And he's a huge friend of mine and a huge supporter of this program.
And he definitely motivated us so much. Every game we won was for him.
From there, the goal was set, to win one for Mr. D and for the Columbine community. What followed was a run to the state tournament and a bracket that was filled with potential upsets. But once they took down a 5A powerhouse, the dream suddenly became tangible.
Probably once we beat Mountain Vista, I was like, we have it, it's ours.
Beating Mountain Vista in the semifinals was really, for me, the wake-up call that, whoa, we could actually do this.
And when we won that game, and then we knew we were playing Boston Valley in the finals, it hit that, we definitely have a chance for this to happen.
Having overcome these tough competitors to reach the finals at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, another foe came into play in the form of Mother Nature.
Not only was the state championship game delayed by a day because of a huge hailstorm, it was actually delayed the second night as well for at least over an hour for another lightning and rain delays.
But we just had this whole spirit of whenever we play this game, no matter when, we're gonna play our hardest.
And once the weather cleared and the kickoff was within sight, the Rebels once again turned to their constant source of motivation in Mr. D.
And what he did for us just on game day, on the night of that 5A state championship, in the locker room prior to the match, the speech he gave, the locker room coach's motivational delivery he gave was something I don't think people don't know about, but was something that our girls who are part of the team got to experience, and I know he had a big part in that win last May.
Yeah, we weren't expecting him to come in at all. Todd said we'd have a guest speaker coming in and just giving us a pep talk, and when we saw it was Mr. D coming in, it just really felt awesome, just that you could really feel the love that he has for his students and everything.
He even got emotional during it, and it was like a firing up. We all needed that.
I think that kind of gave us the push that we needed to really get the momentum that we needed to win that game.
And this was the final piece that the Rebels needed. And they went out and took down league rival Ralston Valley 3-1 to finally bring a girls' trophy back to the hallowed halls of Columbine High School and finally win one for Mr. D.
Mr. D, get in here!
It really felt like we were trying to win the championship for him, just as kind of a going-away gift for him.
Well, it was just a really cool moment just because it was his last year, and we just wanted to win it for him, just to have, say a goodbye gift for him.
He's such an important person, and just for the community and for the school, that knowing that we kind of made that little last impact on him before he went off and retired, that was really cool.
Showing the ability to play for something more than themselves, as well as overcoming setbacks and delays, showed a maturity in this team that was beyond their years.
We just had a team that peaked at the right time, found a way to win games, stayed together in moments where adversity was presented to us, and being a young team, that was extremely impressive just to see them mature over the course of a tournament, and to commit to something and to stick together and get after it turned out pretty well.
And now we fast forward to 2015, where the Rebels are still young, having graduated 6 seniors from last year's squad. However, they returned 4 All-State players, including first-teamers in junior Tatum Barton and Kelsey Guevara, and senior goalkeeper Sarah Lubking. Also representing the Rebels is sophomore Amanda Porter, who was a second-team All-State winner. Although this team has some questions and some holes to fill, last year's did as well. But the Rebels know what they have to do and what they are capable of.
I see a lot of similarities between this year and last year, where both years I think we have a lot of potential to be a really good team and to be able to win state, but I think there's a lot of hard work that has to be put into play before that is really an option.
I just think not worrying about our opponents is what's going to get us far. We just have to focus on what we're good at as a team and playing to those strengths.
Not to get caught up in the whole we won state thing. We're still just a soccer team. We're still a group of high school girls who want to get back there. So we need to keep our composure, keep our heads down, and just really show them who we are and stand tall as a team.
Hopefully, by the end of our 15-game regular set, we've learned a bunch about ourselves, we've gotten better along the way, and we've prepared ourselves together with the new pieces that are here this year to make a run at a state championship or a good run in the state tournament.
For the Xfinity Sports Report, I'm Gary Stebbins.